Okay, so here today we have a front garden, partly in shade and partly in the sunshine, and hopefully you can see that where it's really damp and shady we have lots of daisies, but also in there's lots of buttercups, ranunculus repens. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to measure on my Transect the size of the leaves and have a look at that, and look at it as it goes away into the rest of the garden. Okay, so because this is Transect sampling, we need a tape measure. Here's a tape measure. So if we put the tape measure down, so we've got our tape measure, and what we will do is at regular intervals we will see what it hits, and we will measure the buttercup leaf. So the first hit is this guy, so you can see here we've got a nice big buttercup leaf, and if we measure that and we make a note of how big it is, it's approximately 6 centimeters in diameter. So if we move along every half a metre, we can do the same again. So we move along and we get another buttercup leaf, and we can see that this one is slightly smaller, slightly pointier. That's what I see, there's that one. And if we measure that one, that is 5 centimeters. So we'll keep going along, and as we're going along my knees are sinking into the ground because this is really damp, and you can also see a good indicator of the conditions. It's really mossy as well, so we could have done a species index, so we could have said we've got daisies and moss and we've got lots of buttercups, but we'll carry on with the idea of a buttercup leaf size, because leaf size is a good indicator that the bigger the leaf size, chances are it's quite moist and quite damp. Right, okay, so another half a metre along, so we get to our half metre point on the tape measure and we measure the size of the leaf, and for this one I'll say 4 centimetres, so that's quite good. We've got 6, 5 and then 4, so we keep going along. We can still see that we've got moss, we've got daisies, so you'll see this Bellis perennis daisy leaf is quite circular, and I think that's all we've got on buttercups at the moment. So keep moving along another half a metre, and as we move along half a metre you can see these poor buttercup leaves are getting tinier and tinier. So this is another one here, and if I measure that one, guess what, that one's 3 centimetres. So we'll keep moving along another half a metre, and these ones now, there's fewer buttercups, but we've still got another 3 centimetre one just here, so another 3 centimetre buttercup leaf, and we'll keep moving along another half a metre. Here's another one, so another 3 centimetre buttercup leaf, and then as we get out into the part of the garden where it is just sunshine all the time, you'll start to see now there's no daisies. There's no daisies here. There's a little bit of clover, and there's still a tiny bit of moss. So we'll keep moving along. Can't see any more buttercups at all. Oh, now we've started to get into the realms of what's this one? This one, plantain. So this is broad-leafed plantain. So you've also got a narrow-leaf plantain. The way to pick out, sorry, my camera's not focusing on that. The way to pick out the different plantains is that they've got veins, really thick leaves, so they can withstand a bit of sunshine because they're quite waxy leaves, and you can see these veins on them. If they've got a broad leaf, it's a broad-leafed plantain, and if it's got a narrow leaf, it's a it's a narrow leaf plantain, excitingly enough. Okay, so we have got a few daisies, but you can see here these daisies have a smaller leaf out here as well. So we're showing that as we move through the garden from where it was really quite shady and damp to where it's not so shady and damp. We've got a couple of buttercups here. Let me find one. A buttercup leaf here, so that's what you would traditionally associate with buttercups, this lovely yellow flower. And then we've got these leaves here, which are more like 2 centimetres long. Okay, so that is transect sampling. So principles of transect sampling are you lay down your tape measure, and at regular intervals you either record the species present, or so for example, if we were measuring the range of species at the top there, we saw that there was daisies, buttercups, moss and grass. Down here we would say that we see fewer daisies, so there's a lower frequency of daisies, lower frequencies of buttercup, more grass species, and less moss, definitely less moss. Okay, if we were doing a transect to see the differences in the sizes of buttercup leaf, then as we measure as we go along, we find a buttercup, and because we're not going to hit a buttercup on the tape measure, then we go to the nearest buttercup and we measure the leaf there. And then you can make a kite diagram to demonstrate how the size of the leaf changes with the distance from the original source. So at the start of your transect, where it's really moist and wet, you've got bigger leaf sizes, so the 6 and the centimetres, and then as we move out to a higher light intensity, less damp, we've got a smaller leaf size, 3 centimetres, 2 centimetres in diameter. Okay, that's transect sampling.